the crisis of global warming is real. The Antarctic ice shelf continues to break up, the Dead Sea water level is showing signs of continuing water loss, and the Gangotri and Khumbu glaciers have been found to be shrinking at an alarming rate, just to name a few of the disastrous effects on our planet. Global warming is also causing the climate to change. According to Professor Barry Brook, Director of the Research Institute for Climate Change and Sustainability at the University of Adelaide in Australia, climate changes associated with global warming are taking place at a much faster rate than previously predicted. How can we stop global warming? What is the solution? In light of the scientific evidence stressing the grave state of our planet caused by climate change and the urgent need for immediate action, Supreme Master Ching Hai affirms the important message she has been delivering for over the past 2 decades. We must be vegetarian, meaning an animal-free diet, and we must practice sustainable living. The significance of a vegetarian diet, one that is animal-free, is further supported by the 2006 UN report, Livestock's Long Shadow, which states that raising animals for livestock generates more carbon emissions than all of the world's transport combined. In fact, farm animals also release other noxious gases, including methane, a gas that is 20 times more lethal a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. After over 20 years of sharing her knowledge on how to live a balanced life while pursuing a spiritual path, Supreme Master Ching Hai continues to dedicate her time and effort to uplift and enhance the life of all beings. Motivated by her unconditional love and overflowing compassion for our planet and its co-inhabitants, humans and animals alike, Supreme Master Ching Hai selflessly accepts invitations to share her insights and wisdom on the topic of global warming and climate change, such as gatherings with our association members, symposiums, or via video conferences and the like. To address the urgent issue of climate change and how to stop global warming, our association members in Tokyo hosted the SOS Stop Global Warming Seminar on July 27, 2008. This was a gathering of concerned dignitaries from technology, medicine and other fields, each of whom had prepared questions to ask the special honoured guest Supreme Master Ching Hai. Despite her busy schedule, Supreme Master Ching Hai graciously took the time to answer all the questions, providing both universal insights as well as astute advice for the people of Japan.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Supreme Master Television viewers, welcome to the SOS Environmental Seminar. We are so very happy to be here today to discuss the important issues affecting every living creature on this planet. Supreme Master Ching Hai is a world humanitarian, writer, artist, and spiritual leader. In addition, in 2006, she and her NGO members established global broadcasting covering worldwide via 14 satellites, which is named Supreme Master Television. For the past several years in particular, she has been concerned about the critical situation of the Earth and has been continuing to deliver the global warming information based on precise scientific data and how to stop this critical situation via segments on Supreme Master Television. Thanks to her enlightened insight, her compassion, wisdom, and her wide range of activities, we can share in her loving kindness and demonstrate it as a model to the many people of our planet. We will have a comment, question, and answer session with our honorable guests with us today. Now, before we begin, please enjoy this short video segment about Supreme Master Ching Hai and animals in her daily life. Thank you.
Examples of what should be the life of our friends, sweet animals, be it on land, on air, or in the sea. They should be loved, protected, and cherished, just like the life that we so wish. Dearest Heaven, dear Lord of Karma, please do love and care for all creatures, for it breaks my heart to see their plight. I cannot bear to see them suffer. There are plenty places in heaven above. Take them all up and give them love. This is my little prayer for all beings. Just your little love and compassion. May all be well, live and let live. All love, all care, and all forgive. Supreme Master Ching Hai.
The small one, the Maltese, is the first dog. He was very young, very small when I got him, about 3 months. Okay, I got him home. And after a while, everybody said, you gotta send him to training. Okay, he go to school. Fine, we took him to the school. Dogs Academy. They call it Canine Cadet. Okay, we take him over there. When the time come, like 2 weeks later, I went there to collect him home. And the trainer, the teacher, want to show me what he has learned. So I said, Benny, sit. Okay, he sit. Benny, go over there. He went over there. And then he tell the last one, Benny, down, mean flat on the stomach, you know, and don't move. So he's flat. He want to run to me, but he can't because the teacher tell him to be flat down. So he flat down, and then he crawl. He don't stand on his legs, or he's fast, no, he's down, no, but he crawl all the way to me. They all cry. The attendant cry and the teacher cry. Everybody said, oh, and they all cry. I was also, in tears. He crawled flat. Nobody teach him crawling. He don't stand up, no. He obeyed the teacher fine, but he crawled flat, sliding all the way to me. And they couldn't stop him. They just too shocked, just looking. Oh, and everybody was in tears. You don't need to teach a dog. If you love him, he responds. He responds with love and he will surprise you no end.
As many of you know, the Supreme Master Ching Hai is a huge lover of animals of all kinds. She has a lot of dogs, and especially birds, and there are 2 books that she has out right now that are published in English and Japanese, and those are called The Dogs in My Life and The Birds in My Life. So if you speak English, you can get the English version online or in an English-speaking country, or if you speak Japanese, you can also get it at Kinokuniya in Tokyo. They're all available, and they're wonderful books. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to say that we have our honored guest with us right now. Welcome, Supreme Master Ching Hai. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for inviting me for this. It's look like a lot of people there. Everyone okay?
Master Qinghai, a very warm welcome from Tokyo, Japan. So we are doing our SOS Global Warming Seminar in the heart of Tokyo right now, and we are very happy that you can join us today.
Greeting to all the people. Greeting and all my love for you.
Supreme Master Qinghai, we truly appreciate your kindness and your willingness to join our seminar today, and we'd like to inform you of some of the good things that have been happening in Japan so far.
Wow, good news. Always welcome.
Great. Well, first let me talk about this. The Japanese edition of your book, The Dogs in My Life Part 1, reached #1 ranking in sales for the week of July 7th in the largest bookstore in Tokyo, Kinokuniya Shinjuku South Branch.
Wow.
In addition, The Dogs in My Life Part 2 achieved the second place ranking for the week of July 14th. So congratulations.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, all involved. Thank you, Japan. Thank you. You've been working very hard. Thank you so much. I hope these books will help people to understand that animals have souls and they also have feeling, passion and love, just exactly like human beings. I hope this will bridge the gap between us and our co-inhabitants, animals. Thank you for working so hard. Thank you so much.
Speaking of that, on July 24th, we had quite a large earthquake in Japan, in the Tohoku region. Luckily, there were no fatalities, but there were several injuries. We thought that delivering your edition of the book, Dogs in My Life, that would bring great comfort to the victims. And so far it has, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Please continue to help them in any way we can and convey my love. And if you need any additional financial help or anything else, please let me know.
We will for sure. Thank you, Supreme Master Qinghai.
I'm so sorry that it happens.
Luckily, there were no fatalities, so we were very blessed here in Japan during the last earthquake.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. But still, people would be traumatized and confused for a while. Please help what we can, all right?
We'll do our best.
Thank you.
Supreme Master Qinghai, would you please share a little bit about how you wrote The Dogs in My Life with the Japanese audience now? It seems to me that there is a common, deeply connected underlying message in this book, and that message is to save our planet and to be one with our animal companions. Is that right?
Yes, of course. That's what it is. You got it. You got it. Why did I write the book? It's not just the dogs in my life, but I have also the birds in my life and also the noble wilds. I hope one day they will also be translated into Japanese and we will publish there for the people to enjoy and to know much more about our animals' co-inhabitants. You have got the essence of why I wrote the books. Yeah, it's a cool idea, no? Many people love their dogs and their pet, cats and birds, and it's better for them both to know each other, to let other people also know more about their true life and the value of animals. They are really fantastic. The more people know the animals' feeling, the better they will treat them, and the more loving atmosphere we will have, because love generates beautiful ambience, which will in turn makes all feel good, and we will feel more peaceful, and the planet will have more peace. It benefits our world, no end. I think we should print more languages soon anyway, as many languages as possible. People in the world should know that there are also animal psychic, the animal communicators everywhere, and that there is a possibility to talk to their pets or the animals in the wild even. It is a fairy tale to many people, but it is the truth and very simple. We can always talk to our co-inhabitants, the animals. And if we cannot, we can always go through an animal psychics. And it's very exciting. If you have dogs and sometimes you wonder what is going on with him or her or cats or birds, and if you cannot intuitively communicate with them, there are many of animals communicators. We have them on the SupremeMasterTV.com list for you. It's all free of charge. You can download them and try them. There are many of animal communicators around the world in different nations. Enjoy. My book is just the introduction. You will be surprised what the animals tell you or what your pets tell you. Sometimes you will find out why they're sick or why they're sad or why they did what they did and why they do what they do. It's amazing. It's amazing. Animal world is really amazing. It's just like us. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, James.
If it's okay with you, we'd like to start our comments and Q&A session. We have some wonderful guests today that have some great questions for you.
Please, greeting to all the distinguished people who take time in their precious schedule to come and enjoy this program. May God be with you. May love be with you. Please start your question.
Thank you so much. Our first speaker today is Mr. Masashi Nojima. He is a Research Institute instructor at Tokyo University of Science.
どうも、東京理科大学の野島と申します。
Hello. ムシムシ。
私ども科学者地球温暖化に対して、アクションをしていますが、一般的なレベルではどういった解釈っていうか、どういうふうに分かりやすく説明するにはどうしたらいいかっていうのを悩んだりするんですね。で、それについてお聞きしたいとかよろしいですか？
It is a new subject, and many of the public are not aware of this situation. Of course, so we can use either the media, the normal media, like television, radio, newspapers, or we can use our own media like email, internet, telephone, or our group also use flyers that we go distributing to people. It takes some time. Thank you for concern.
Thank you very much, Supreme Master Chin Hai.
Thank you.
All right. Our next speaker today is Mr. Takehiko Takara. He is the Chief Executive of ePlanning Limited and the Secretary General of the nonprofit, the Japanese Vegetarian Society.
はい。
Hi.
今回参加させていただいて、ビデオを見たり資料を見せていただいて、その内容は私も本当に同感なんです。で、日本ベジタリアン協会では日本にベジタリアンを増やす努力をしていますし、今後もどんどん拡大していきたいと思っています。しかし地球層を救うためには日本だけでなく世界全部が、地球温暖化防止に関心を持ち、世界にベジタリアンを広める必要があると思います。ところが世界には先進国だけではなくて、さまざまな宗教風習を持つ後進国もあります。だから非常に困難が伴うと思います。世界中にベジタリアンを広め、地球温暖化防止を、するための方策はありますか？
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for what you have been doing, and your noble work will bear fruit. It's just our shared common frustration that it takes longer than what we want it to be. But please continue doing whatever you can. And we are also doing whatever we can to spread the vegetarianism to the people on the planet, because that is the only solution we should take to save our planet right now. And we have a television like the Supreme Master Television, and we also have internet website called the suprememastertv.com, in which we collect all the information so that people can log onto it and inform themselves. We also send people out to distribute flyers, and the flyers printed all out the information of the urgency of the planet as well as the solution to save it. We also advertise on the newspapers, but of course it's never enough. I do hope that we can write to the government or the mass media so they can help spread the news quickly, because the situation is really urgent. Thank you so much for your care.
Thank you very much for answering our question.
Our next speaker this evening is Ms. Hima Parek. She has been an expert in the vegetarian culinary arts for over 20 years in Japan and has published 3 books on the subject.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here today amongst such esteemed personalities. I wanted to say a little bit about my Jain upbringing. I was born in India into a Jain family. Jainism is an ancient Indian religion and philosophy that is based on the principles of non-violence. So in a sense, all Jains are strict vegetarians.
Yes.
In fact, my grandparents' diet was even devoid of root vegetables such as potato, onion, and carrots, because when the vegetables were removed from the ground, it killed the little insects that were surrounding it. And both my grandparents lived up to the age of 90. They did not eat anything after sunset and nothing before sunrise. And today science has proven that that is the only way to be healthy. Eat early, eat light, and include lots of fruits and vegetables in your diet.
That's right.
When I came to Japan 28 years ago, it was very difficult to explain the concept of vegetarian diet, and everyone around me almost pitied me when I said that I do not eat any meat, animal meat, and they would quickly run and bring me a green salad because they thought that is the only thing possible if you do not eat meat. But I would like to share with people that it is possible to enjoy foods from different cuisines and eat vegetarian, eat healthy, and still eat good food, because vegetarian food is made with the freshest of ingredients and seasoned and flavored with herbs and spices to create exotic flavors. So my question to you, Supreme Master Chinhai, is how do we spread this message of vegetarian food amongst people and create a little more compassion amongst our people?
As I have just mentioned before, all we can do like through media or through our own personal effort. Nowadays we have internet. It's very, very convenient. Please use all of them to spread it out to the people. People visit internet every day, all day, in any hours. So if you spread the news on the internet, I think it is very, very effective. Besides personally distributing flyers and information and all that, internet is very useful. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations for your vegetarian lifestyle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Supreme Master Chinhai.
Our next speaker this evening is Mr. Tatsuo Murakami. He is an industrial designer and the executive director of Hario Glass Corporation, which incidentally is an outstanding eco-friendly company in Japan.
Wow.
こんにちは、村上です。 私の職業はインダストリアルデザイナーで便利なものをたくさん作っているんですが、その便利なものが結果的に行き過ぎて災いを生んでしまっているというような自覚が最近ありまして、それで石油を燃やして車を走らせる、あとどんどん消費を推進するような商品をたくさん作るというようなことを長年やってまいりました。そういう結果ワンウェイの消費傾向でずっとものを作ってきてるんですが、ここに来てそれの限界というか、それが良いことではないという実際には危機になったということで、それをどのように受け止めればいいかということが一つの質問です。
How possible? Well, you have to do some research, yes, and see what is a better solution. There are many choices, but it takes some time. Meanwhile, do not blame yourself so much. You can do only your best. What you have been doing was according to what you know as the best. What the people have been doing up to now also is according to what they know as the best. But if you think anything is not good in our life, then we have to change it. And we can do research on internet or all kind of scientific information available nowadays to try to make lives better. That's why I suggest vegetarian diet, including not wearing animals product and all that. And we have to help one another as well. And slowly everything will change for the better.
ありがとうございます。非常に、励みになる回答をいただきまして本当にありがとうございました。もう一つだけ、お尋ねしたいんですが、一番安全な材料として私は今、ガラスという素材を使っていろいろなものを作ることをしております。本来、あんまり、ピュアな材料として非常に地球上では認識されている材料を使うという、そういう方法によって、新しいクッキングのための食器だとか、そういうものを今手がけておりますけども、そういう方向は、自分の今ジョブになっておりますが、そういったことでリサイクルというワンウェイではなくてリサイクルということがかなり方向としては正しいのかどうか、その辺について一つご示唆をいただきたいなというふうに思います。
Yes, of course, sir, of course. Everything recyclable is more healthy for us and for the planet. And thank you for doing that. I hope other people will emulate you and do the right thing. Thank you for being eco-conscious.
Thank you very much, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Mr. Tasuo. Thank you, Mr. Tasuo Murakami. Arigato.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, our next speaker this evening, is Dr. Eiko Mochinaga. She is a dermatologist at Akita Hospital and Nishigoshi Hospital in Kyushu, Japan.
こんにちは。まずこのような機会を与えてくださったことに深く感謝いたします。先日あなたが書かれたドッグインマイライフを読ませていただきました。人と犬は種の違いなどなく辛い目に遭えば傷つき、愛で満たされれば幸せになり、周囲にも愛で応えるようになる、そういったことを気づかされました。で、地上に生きるありとあらゆる生き物は全て等しく貴重なもので、それぞれが愛すべき尊重されるべき存在であることというのを深い感動を覚えました。 で、私はこの十数年来菜食主義です。そして医師であると同時に2人の男の子の母親で、子どもたちもまた菜食で育てています。生き物への愛や少しでも地球環境に優しい暮らしをしたいとの理由からそのようにしており、人に尋ねられた時や子どもたちにも折に触れ、なぜ菜食なのかを話し、機会があれば菜食であることが地球温暖化防止にいかに役立つか資料を配ったりしています。私は医師としての仕事の場で、患者さんたちに皮膚の健康を守るために各々できることをするよう指導しているという話をしました。地球温暖化の阻止についても同じで、菜食を貫くことやエコバッグを使うなどといって個人でできることをしています。でも個人ができることということに限界を感じています。私は日本の南の九州に住んでいるんですけれども、まるで熱帯地方のスコールのような局地的な雨や水による被害を身近で感じると、そういった時に無力感に見舞われます。今まで私の住む地方ではなかったようなことです。このまま温暖化が進めば地球は死の惑星になってしまうのではないか、そんなふうに感じています。未来を担う子どもたちのためにも、海や山、空に住む純粋な生き物たちのためにも、本当に何とかしなければならないと思います。そこで私の質問なのですが、私たちに今何ができるのかということをアドバイスしていただけないでしょうか。
Dr. Aiko, 元気ですか? Thank you for being such a noble example for your family, your patients, and your Japanese society and the world at large. Please continue your noble way of living. And everyone else that will look up to you and emulate you. Your children are already in the right direction. So your neighbors may be next, and your co-workers, your patients, anyone you can talk to, you pass on the information that you know. We have also more information on our Supreme Master Television and the SupremeMasterTV.com. If you need more of the concentrate dose of information, you are free to download them and print them out in a concentrate form. Then you can hand it out to your patients or to whomever you meet. Because as a doctor, you're quite busy already. I think you can only do your best, and you are already doing your best, to which I'm very grateful. I'm sure the animals are very grateful, and the earth is very grateful to you. As individual, being a vegetarian is already a great step towards saving the planet. If everyone is doing the way you do, then the planet will be safe and become better even than now. That's all we can do. Thank you so much anyway. Arigato, Dr. Aiko Mochinaga.
マスター、とてももったいないお言葉をありがとうございます。おっしゃられるように努めていきたいと思います。本当にありがとうございます。
You're welcome, Bev. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
You look beautiful anyway. You look beautiful and young. Good skin. See, being vegetarian can be very beautiful. You are a good example.
ありがとうございます。
So our next speaker this evening is Mr. Tetsuro Mori. He is a representative of Shiawase Soken and a consultant for corporate social responsibility. He is also a member of the Japan CI Society and the Japan Holistic Medical Convention.
I'm very, very honored to be here to ask questions. And I'm a vegetarian, so it's a great opportunity to ask you some questions about
Thank you.
vegetarianism and etc.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
私が勉強しているマクロビオティックなどのベジタリアン料理はですね、肉の代わりの素材とかいろんなものが非常に高くつくので、お金を持っている方にはいいんですけれども、お金持ちじゃない人にはハードルが高い気がします。 安い菜食料理を考案して普及することが大切だと思いますが、いかがお考えでしょうか。
Of course, it's good to be macrobiotic followers, yes. But not all vegetarian food are expensive. Perhaps in Japan, things are expensive anyway. When I was in Japan, I found that things are a little more expensive than in other countries, yes. Because Japan has little land, mostly a mountain, and the islands are smaller, and the people are great number. So maybe we just have to live accordingly. It doesn't have to be exactly macrobiotic, yeah. Tofu is not very expensive there, is it? And dry beans and wheat and lentils, for example, they're full of protein and can be made into delectable meat-like dishes at home without spending so much. But I guess in Japan, things are a little bit more expensive in any case. There are many alternative lifestyle. So even growing your own organic food in your apartments, etc., it doesn't have to be extremely one way or another, or ready-made food. Create for yourself what you need. Yeah, just simple food to appease your hunger's demand and put trust in the divine to nourish us of whatever extra we need for the body. Yes, because we don't just live by food alone. Remember that. Remember well. We have the divine power within us. That's why some people can continue to exist without food even. So the important point is trust in the divine to care for our need and to do our best as well. Suppose you don't have enough nutrition according to the worldly justification, yes, but you trust in the divine, you meditate, you pray, and then the power within us will nourish us and supply us with whatever extra we need. But we have to be really firm in our faith and live a virtuous life, yes. Our mentality have to change, that's all. That is to be compassionate. We choose vegetarian diet to save life, yeah, and stop suffering. Let's live and let live, so that all beings will be happy and live in peace with one another. And we bestow the gift of fearlessness to all beings, yes, and then all goodness and necessity will come our way. Just be compassionate, live a virtuous life, and trust the providence within yourself. Trust the providence, yes, trust the divine, which is yourself, inside you. Thank you, Mr. Tetsuro Mori.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Actually, you answered my third question at the same time, so thank you very much.
Thank you also.
Thank you so much. The next is Mr. Gary Nicholson. He is an American middle school teacher at Yokota Air Base in Japan.
A new prediction was recently published in a June 27th story by CNN News. The National Snow and Ice Data Center in Boulder, Colorado has again revised previous predictions of when we might see an ice-free North Pole. They said that North Pole could be ice-free for the first time in human history by as early as September 2008. Senior research scientist Dr. Mark Cerise was quoted as saying, "The situation is just astounding." Dr. Mark Cerise went on to say, "If you talked to me or other scientists just a few years ago, we were saying that we might lose all or most of the summer sea ice cover by anywhere from 2050 to 2100. September of 2008 is, as Dr. Cerise puts it, astounding. Dr. Mark Cerise goes on to say that the scientists who still maintain that the Arctic meltdown is just part of an historic cycle are wrong. To those scientists, he says it's a situation where we hate to say we told you so, but we told you so.
Yeah, that's right.
I understand that you sounded the SOS warning long before these recent scientific predictions. Can you please comment on this new prediction that the North Pole may be ice-free by as early as September 2008?
Yes, Mr. Nicholson. Yes, it has already begun. And some scientists recently had to be airlifted out of the carved-in pole ice situation. And luckily they were rescued in time because the ice around them started to melt and their station has become endangered. So I'm providing you now the information. The Russian scientists were forced to leave their polar station due to global warming. On the first, Russian polar researchers and their 2 dogs even have to be rescued from their camp on a rapidly melting ice floe. Camp North Pole number 35 was set up in September 2007 only, recently, with the original intention of staying until late August 2008. But however, the early arrival of melting season in 2008, along with the camp's ice floe currently drifting toward a warmer water current, has placed the scientists and the dogs' lives in danger. So they have been rescued by helicopter. We thank God for the safety of Russian researchers and the 2 dogs as well. I think we better heed the warning of the scientists, because otherwise it's not just the ice melt, huh? Maybe we will melt also. I hope not. I hope not. And we're working frantically toward saving the planet. So if we go vegetarian, our good karma of saving lives will in turn reward us with our lives saved. That's all I can say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for that information.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Supreme Master Qinghai.
It's quicker than we think, the ice melting.
Our next question is from a gentleman named Dr. Kiyoshi Uchiba. He is head of the Ooka Medical Clinic in Nagano, Japan, and director of a non-profit which promotes the health of bedridden patients.
私どもが一番抱えている問題っていうのはコンセンサスの問題だと。でこのコンセンサスの問題っていうのは非常に根深くてですね、ある人のコンセンサスっていうのは常識的なコンセンサスであっても、ある人にとってはそれはエキセントリックなわけですね。非常に極端なと受け取られがちになります。でそうすると多くの場合それを解決する一つの大事件みたいなのがあるわけですね。例えば、戦争なんかがそうだったりするわけです。一つ必要に迫られて価値観が変わっていくっていうのが、現実なわけですね。そうでもない限り、例えばベジタリアンであったりビーガンであったりするのはエキセントリックだというふうな社会的批判を受けやすいという部分があります。
Yes, it takes time. It takes time, Doctor. I have all my sympathy with you and your expression. Most often, if there is something new, people seem to ridicule it or react with unfriendliness. And that's the reason why we have not progressed so far, the human race. And that's why we have missed so many opportunities to progress physically and spiritually. We could have a better world already if we heeded the counseling of wise sages, inventors, and good strategists, or economic strategists, or world management strategists. But instead, we inhibited our growth by ridiculing something new or something that seemed to threaten our economic gain or our reputation or prestige. Yes, even if the new things are good for all, including for us. Yes, and people are afraid of new things, and that's why many saints and saints have been denied their holy teaching on the planet. Yes, and even nowadays, it's not much different from Jesus or Buddha's time concerning the truth and the vegetarian diet. Well, it's much better as we have more information on the internet. So people do know that vegetarian diet are really healthy and the alternative way of life is truly beneficial. But still, some are still afraid to be openly vegetarian, or raw food eaters, or breatharian, solarian, etc., etc. Yes, because people around them are not very supportive. But perhaps the time has come now that all will be opened and welcome, as mankind is facing present danger of extinction. People are trying to unite now to solve this urgent crisis. I see improvement and acceptance everywhere. I see peace efforts. I see generous helping hands from all nations and individuals and groups and organizations. I see love growing in different ways. These signs might be still insignificant now, but they are like the sparks, the fire, that will soon turn into a mighty flame, that will cinder past ignorance and hatred and make a new beginning of a nobler and saintlier race on earth. Please think positive and keep doing what you can to awaken our neighbors and keep dreaming of a heavenly world in our lifetime and continue to the next generations to come. We are together. We are fearless. We are strong. We are determined to change the world. We are courageous. We are with all humanity who wish for a peaceful, safe, loving world. And we all deserve it. Please continue. Thank you, Dr. Uchipa.
One more question, please.
Yes.
例えばですね、近い将来、おそらく新型インフルエンザでですね、世界中鳥が食べられなくなりますよね。で、パンデミックはもう目の前です。で、これは誰も騒いでませんけども、分かってる人はもうこの地球温暖化と同じように騒いでるわけですね。で、そうすると、例えば鶏肉はそろそろ食えなくなるぞと、そういうふうな同じようなシナリオがですね、他のものにも僕は起こってくるんじゃないかということを考えてるんですけど、どのようにお考えですか？
Well, Doctor, it has already begun many places on the planet about the bird flu. And now we have mad cow disease, blue tongue disease, etc. And so many millions tons of beef have been recalled in many different countries. And beef temporarily has been banned in several countries in Europe as well as Asia. Yes. So you are right in this matter. And the animals do really sacrifice their well-being to warn us. But I do hope that humans heed their warning and change the way of life. That we have to change to live a noble way of life as befitting a human being. Human being is the crown of the creation. We have to live accordingly. We have to live in dignity and responsibility to ourselves, our family members, our nation, and all the co-inhabitants on the planet. But I do hope that people wake up soon and the animal do not have to suffer so much. But this is a warning that humans should forsake the bad habit of meat eating. It is very clear. I don't understand why people do not see it yet, but I hope they will see it soon, Doctor. Thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you very much.
Tuetassimashite.
Our next speaker this evening is Professor Shotong Peng. He is professor of computer and information sciences at Hosei University in Japan.
Yes, welcome.
Dear Master, it is my great pleasure to attend this seminar and see Master. I think the most important thing is to provide the core information about the global warming to everybody as soon as possible.
That's right. That's right.
Most people don't know the urgency of the current situation. None of the media, except Supreme Master TV, broadcasts the message that if we don't act quickly to stop the global warming, it is possible all of us will die in just a few years. Because there is a potential the poison gas will be released from the depths of the warm ocean to kill almost everybody. By knowing this, I think many will think how to save their life as well as the life of their beloved one. Once they realize they must do something to save their life, then they will look for the most efficient way to stop the global warming and carry that out by all means and at any cost. For example, in hospital, after a patient completes all kinds of the medical tests for his illness and finally face the doctor, the first question is always like this: how long I have for my life? 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years? The answer from the doctor will be the major factor that determines the attitude of the patient to the treatment the patient wants to endure. To know something is good is one thing. To do it quickly or slowly is another thing. It depends on people's will to do or not to do it now. We know go veggie and be green is good. It is the most efficient way to stop the global warming. However, many are postponing their action for change. Therefore, my question today is how much time we have to stop the global warming, and can we make it? Thank you.
Yes, Professor Pong, we have gained some time. Last night I had conference with the United States Hollywood conference, and I have told them that we have 3 years and 4 months because we have gained some time due to a lot of people joining in the new vegetarian comer, and they generate more merit, touch the heaven, and erase some of the negative, bad consequences. Therefore, we have 3 years and 4 months, up to date. Even as I'm talking to you now, we gain 1 more month, that is 3 years and 5 months that we have to change the planet situation. So maybe we still can make it. We have to inform more people. We do as quick as possible this information spreading. And the more people know, of course, the better. And the quicker they know, the better. Even though we have 3 years and 5 months. But we do not want to wait until the last minute, do we? So it's good that you know about the Supreme Master Television. Please spread this news as well about the Supreme Master Television. It's all free of charge. And all the information there we have collected for everyone to download and to pass it on to people around them, as many as possible, or let people watch the Supreme Master TV themselves. We have it also in Japan. We have 14 channels. It covers the whole planet actually, but if you do not have satellite dish, then you can also watch on the computer, on internet. It's suprememastertv.com. We have more information than you can collect it anywhere else, I think, up to now. Thank you, Professor. Thank you for being good and being vegetarian.
That's fantastic news that we have an extra month, but it also highlights the urgency that we all have a responsibility to make sure that we do something very early within that time period.
Right.
Thank you so much, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
You're welcome.
And our final speaker this evening is Dr. Hui Zhang. He is a doctor of Oriental medicine and a lecturer at National Heilongjiang University of Traditional Chinese Medicine in Japan.
マスター、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
ここでマスター質問できることとても光栄と思っています。東洋の伝統医学と伝統文化の中で風水という考え方があります。それは自然界のエネルギーが人体の健康や運勢に大きな影響を与えることという考え方です。ただし、自分の臨床の中とかいろんな患者さんのと関わりの中、一つ気づいたことは、人間の体の人体のエネルギー、逆にその自然界のエネルギーにも大きな影響を与えることがあると考えている。例えば、脳血管の病気、東洋医学の中で体の中の台風と呼ばれています。また例えば、癌は体の中の火事。そして例えば糖尿病は体の中の大洪水という考え方です。つまりそのような患者さんの生活習慣、そして食べ物のによってそのような患者さん増えれば増えるほど自然界のそういう災難、そのような災難も増えていくという考え方は、よろしいかどうかちょっとマスターに尋ねしたいです。
Doctor, luckily, we don't have that many patients yet, even if that concept is correct. It is true that we are related to the great cosmos in some ways, but not to the extent as you have mentioned. And luckily, we don't have as many patients as I have mentioned. However, you're right at some points, because our lifestyle affects our environment. And if we are doing something that is not correct to our microcosmos, that means our body, then of course it will also affect a little the macrocosmos, that is the universe. But we affect more or less, it depends on the degree of our bad deeds or good deeds. So luckily the patient, maybe even if he influenced the environment, it's just a little around him. Like his life will be turbulence, like a typhoon around his life or in his surrounding. But it might not cause as a great upheaval to the planet. But still, because the humans are in great number now, so if all of us are not doing good things and not abiding by heavenly rule, actually feng shui is just a corner, one of the detail of the universal concept, a universal rule and regulation. So the solution for us to affect the environment in a positive way is that we have to do positive things. We have to do good deeds so that our body also become well protected and healthy, because the good consequence of a good actions in life. So in this urgent situation of our planet, a vegetarian diet can save the world through the elevating good karmic consequences and benevolent energy from the compassionate good lifestyle, and through saving great amount of earth's resource and energy and food to feed the hungry, etc., etc., and also will minimize war or eliminate war altogether. Thank you for being a conscientious doctor who advocate this moral, virtuous, life-saving vegetarian diet. God bless you. May you live long to help more patients to understand the consequence, the relation between our individual body, mind, to the environment around us, and how to take care of their health from the root cause. That is to be loving and kind to all beings, including animals, and choose only benevolent food choices and live a virtuous life. Thank you, Dr. Wei Chang.
ありがとうございます。そしてもうちょっとお聞きしたいんですが、例えば多くの患者さんもちろん菜食とかおすすめしたりみんな実行したり、さらになんかマスターからそういうなんて簡単の例えば本格的にその霊的に修行できないの方たちに簡単のなんか一言のアドバイスもしあったらありがたいんですけど。
Well, if they have the desire, then maybe sooner or later they will come to the decision. The desire is already very good. So you tell them maybe if they cannot go through completely with the vegetarian diet, then maybe they begin, baby steps. A couple of days a week, and then continue to increase. Maybe 2 days a week, and then later on, as soon as possible, when they're ready, 3 days a week, and then 4 days a week, and 5 days, and 7 days, and complete the vegetarian diet in time. In Japan, it's very easy to be vegetarian also, because one of the best vegetarian ham is made in Japan. It tastes very good, but maybe you cannot buy it in Japan, that's the thing. They make it to export or make it for the other countries. Yes, when I was in Japan, I have a little cottage, wood house in the forest next to the stream. And we brought some of this ham from Taiwan with us. And I offer it to the person who sell me the house. He's a very kind Japanese person. He's a real gentleman. And I gave it to him to eat, to serve him vegetarian. And he ate it and he said, wow, it tastes so good, tastes so good. Where can you find this? What country made this so good? I say, it's made in Japan. Made from Japanese people. It's a Japanese company. Yes, you can do research on the internet. You have to also give people more information, if you can, where to buy food, and what food is tasty and nutritious. We have all this information on the SupremeMasterTV.com. It's free of charge, and Supreme Master TV also air it, rotating, like which country have what distributor of vegetarian diet. You could even order online. They could also deliver to your doorsteps. And also there are free vegetarian menus, that we show every day. And I also cook some simple vegetarian food to show it on the Supreme Master Television. Encourage them to watch this TV or to download whatever information they need from SupremeMasterTV.com concerning vegetarian diet. Tell them to get in touch with vegetarian people, like our group, for example, so that they have the support, mental support that they need, and also physical help. We can help them to prepare delicious Japanese food. For example, when you have a group, you have group support and mental encouragement. That may help them also, doctor. Thank you for your concern. My God, you're such a good doctor. The patients are so lucky to have you. God bless you, sir.
ありがとうございます。
Arigato. I think I say you are welcome, like, dusitashimashite.
Yeah, that's right, Master. Doitashimashite.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's so interesting that the Japanese culture is so resourceful and innovative, and they have all these technologies for alternative energies as well as vegetarian food products, but a lot of people really don't know about them. So I would say that we make a promise today that everyone here at this seminar do their best to get the word out and to tell people and to make this information available to everyone in Japan and even outside Japan, that these technologies and these food products are available here, and that they taste good, they work great, and they're made in Japan by Japanese people, which is fantastic.
Yes. That's my favorite brand of vegan ham. My favorite. Really my favorite. Number one favorite.
We're happy to hear that.
Yes.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, before we conclude today, we'd like to ask you one or two more questions in regard to the Japanese population here today. Is that all right with you?
Please go ahead.
Great.
I'm here for you.
Thank you so much. Recently, the Japanese TV media features the issue of global warming day after day, and this hot topic is highlighted in every magazine as well.
Wow, that's good.
That's great. But there is hardly any media which delves into this matter deep enough to find out the relationship between environmental pollution and eating meat. Therefore, even if we try to convey this crucial message to many people, they look puzzled. So it is a little hard to deliver the acuteness and the urgency of this matter to the public. Will there be any good method to get closer to their hearts in a meaningful way?
Wow, what a pity. What a pity. But at least they are doing something, the Japanese newspaper. Perhaps in the future they will delve more into this subject and the solution. So maybe you could supply them with more information about how to stop the global warming and the relation between meat diet and our peril situation right now. So maybe the media don't even know much. Who knows? They're busy covering war or any other sensational topic. So maybe you send all this information to them by email even. Nowadays we have technical tools. We have fantastic information services. We can use all of them. All of the tools possible to get the news out to the media, to the governmental officials, to the people at large through internet. Internet is a very, very fantastic tool to use for information dissemination. Please do it.
That is a great suggestion. Thank you so much.
And ask the media to highlight the solutions also, not just the problem, because the solution is more important than the problem. Well, of course, they should highlight them all together. And the Supreme Master TV have gathered lots of up-to-date information concerning meat diet's harmful effect and the vegetarian benevolence for the people to inform themselves. You can collect them from the SupremeMasterTV.com again and send them to all the possible media, people, government officials, as many people as possible, and as many times as possible. Sometimes you send one time, they don't react. The next time, maybe they react. Some people, when they want something, they send many times mails to some special organization or people in order to get what they want. So if we really want to save life, we have to be persistent in our effort, because it's not that easy. People habits, people concept is not easy to change overnight. We shall be patient and we shall continue with our work until it's done, all right?
That sounds good to me. Thank you so much, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Just a few more years, we have to go all out. We have to go all out in this time frame. Thank you also.
We have one more question for you. That's
Any questions?
Great. In addition to the previous question, how will Japan change if people make wise choices and the ratio of vegetarians surpasses that of non-vegetarians?
Well, we will see, won't we? Right now we have to get the population going into vegetarian direction, and then we shall see. Not just Japan, but everywhere the world will change into a heavenly abode. The ice will stop melting, the earth will be cooled down, and all the things that has been damaged in the past will be repaired by nature itself, by our own merit of virtuous life. Every action begets a reaction. If we do good, the reaction, the outcome will be good. Just believe that, because that's scientific. It's not even religious doctrine. Every action provokes a reaction. So if we do good action, the reaction will be definitely good. That's it. So if we don't kill, we will save our lives. So if we stop all the killing right now, including war and killing the animals for meat, then our planet will turn into paradise. And Japan, whoa, there will be much more invention that the Japanese smartest scientists right now could not even imagine in their dream. Because Japanese people are already smart. But if we are coupled with more insight, wisdom, and a virtuous merit of our daily action, meaning vegetarian diet, meaning saving lives. And even now, if we go vegetarian with the intention to save lives on the planet, that means our heart has become so noble, so compassionate. This thing will generate enormous positive energy, and that will help our mind, our heart to become more clear in the future. And Japan especially will develop much more technological extravagance that the world will be in awe again, and that will help the world to live a much more comfortable life and almost like heavenly life. We will have flying car, I mean, not just the way they do it now, but more conveniently. We might even have just flying belts like other planets. Other planets, they have just a belt on their waist. They push a button on their belt and they fly anywhere, for example. And we have so much to learn from that. But we don't have to go anywhere to learn. If we change our lifestyle to a more heavenly quality, then the heavenly intelligence will be awakened again within us. And then we will have endless the list of inventions and convenience at our fingertips. Not just Japan, everywhere. Isn't that exciting? But it's a dream. Well, a dream might come true.
Thank you so much. Well, with the massive amount of traffic in Tokyo, I'm really looking forward to those flying cars.
Please have a dream, and then a dream will come true. The American, they say, you got to have a dream, because if you don't have a dream, how will you have a dream come true? This now is just a dream, but it will come true one day, and it will come quicker if we quicken our virtuous way of life. It's not because of religious belief, it is because every action will invoke another reaction. And so whatever we do good, the outcome will be good. The return will be good. The reward will be good. The consequence will be good. As you sow, so shall you reap. It's scientific. If you sow a seed of apple, you will not get orange, no? You will get an apple tree. And then in turn, the apple tree will bear 1,000 fruits all your life even. So it's the same with our action. We just saw one little good deed. It will return to us 1,000-fold more. This is very scientific. Originally, religion is a very scientific way, but people just kind of forget it and turn it into something like a belief. It is also good that way. But it's very scientific. Whatever the religious scriptures say is scientific. Now just please help us to save ourselves. Help us to save everyone else and all the animals on the planet. Then your life will become heaven. And your world will become heaven. Okay, even if we cannot save the planet, we save our conscience. We ennoble our life. We purify our environment and uplifting the social standard. It is something that we should do. Vegetarian diet is very easy. Just we have to know how and get all the information we need to be confidently vegetarian. Help each other. Show other people how to be vegetarian. Not just tell them to be vegetarian, but show them how. Thank you for inviting me today. Thank you for organizing this event and give me opportunity to interact with you and the Japanese intelligent people. I think we can do something. We still have a little time if we do it. And the more vegetarian people join us, the more time we will have. That is the thing. Well, green technology, planting tree does help, but this is a very secondary, very little. With the vegetarian diet, we have stopped 80% of global warming and saved our life. Okay, arigato.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and your words of wisdom have really touched us here in Japan. Thank you so much, Supreme Master Jinghai.
Thank you. My love be with you. So long for now. God bless. God bless you. God bless Japan.
これをもちまして本日の SOS 環境セミナーの第2部を終了させていただきます。この度パネリストの皆様には大変なご協力を賜り、このような素晴らしいセミナーが実現できましたことを心から御礼申し上げます。またご来場の皆様もありがとうございました。本日は本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you all so much for joining us today. And remember, be wedge, go green, and make a difference. Thank you so much.
The more people know the animals feeling, the better they will treat them. And the more loving atmosphere we will have. Because love generates beautiful ambience, which will in turn make all feel good, and we will feel more peaceful, and the planet will have more peace. It benefits our world no end. Please think positive and keep doing what you can to awaken our neighbors and keep dreaming of a heavenly world in our lifetime. And continue to the next generations to come. We are together. We are fearless. We are strong. We are determined to change the world. We are courageous. We are with all humanity who wish for a peaceful, safe, loving world. And we all deserve it.